How's it going, everyone? Taki here. I've got a tech showcase for all of you. Today we're going to take a look at this really interesting programmable RGB keyboard from Marsback. Full disclosure, Marsback sent this out to me for review, but all the opinions are my own. No one is paid for anything that you're about to hear, and I will not receive any compensation if you decide to buy this product after watching this video. I spend a lot of time working in front of a computer, and I've always been a proponent of mechanical keyboards because I think they make the whole experience more enjoyable. But this is easily one of the coolest that I've ever used. It's not so much due to the fact that this has a ridiculous amount of RGB lights. It's largely due to how much customization is available to you in this one product. In this video, I'm going to showcase some of the aspects of this product that I think are the most important. Let's take a look at the keyboard as a whole. This is what my keyboard looks like after daily driving it for all that I do for a solid week. There are 3 colors of this keyboard that are available, but this is the only color that I personally was interested in because of its color scheme. The thing that appealed to me when I found out about this product was the styling, but also that it had a rather large base that I thought would do well with the RGB underglow. Marsback went with a 75% layout on this keyboard, which is perfect for me because I typically have a ton of stuff on my desk in my office, and I don't like to waste space with big keyboards. This keyboard has a ridged design that feels comfortable to type on, but it also lets the light shine through quite a bit. The back is completely bare CNC with the exception of this Type-C port in the middle, and the bottom is the same, but you can make out the battery near the center along with the 4 rubber feet. The keycaps that this comes with are removable, and you can take them out with the tool that comes with this keyboard pretty easily, but you'd be better off investing in a real tool to do this so you don't damage your caps. These are PBT caps with centered printing, and they aren't the best that I've ever seen, but they're pretty good for an all-in-one package. The center of the key is semi-translucent, which helps with the effect that this keyboard comes with. With some of the keys off, you can see that each of these switches has its own light that shines through the base of the switch. Speaking of the switches, the company says that these are their own design, but it's more likely that these already existed somewhere else. There's no branding on them, and I have to say that these are actually pretty good switches, especially for being no-name switches. The switches are linear, which means that you won't feel or hear a click when you press them, and they have a very low sound profile, which is perfect for me since I tend to work very late and I don't like to make a lot of noise at night when I'm working on the computer. They're also hot-swappable, which means that you can pull them out and replace them at will without any need to solder, so you can upgrade these down the line if you ever want to. I want to make sure I show up the PCB because I saw a few people asking about it, so here it is. If you look at the board, you can see that we are using Kale components. I also want to show off the CNC base. This thing is really nice for a CNC transparent case, and it has a nice amount of weight to it to keep it in place. You can see the 6,000 milliamp hour battery that I talked about earlier, along with the USB adapter board. Before moving on, I want to make sure I show this thing off really well, since this bottom half is a big part of what you're paying for with this product. Now we're going to go into the ASMR section of the video, and I want to do my best at showing off what it's like to type on this keyboard and also how it sounds. First, I'll just take the audio from my camera, and in just a moment, I'll let you hear what it sounds like with my studio mic. I have 2 keyboards that I primarily use for work outside of this one. I use this ThinkPad 2 that I bought for myself last year just because I love the feel of these keys, and I got so used to producing the videos that you see here on a ThinkPad that it just felt like I worked slower whenever I wasn't using one. So I got this to help out with that, and it definitely worked like I thought it would. The other keyboard that I use has very loud tactile switches that are almost too distracting to use when I need to get work done, so I don't tend to use that one that much. What I want to do now is just to show off the sound profile of the Marsback keyboard by comparing it against this ThinkPad. The sound that you're going to hear won't match up with the video because this was recorded in post. The final thing that I want to show off in this video is the lighting system and a bit of customization that you can do with this keyboard. You already saw a few examples earlier in the video, but now I'll go into explaining how it all works. You have 2 main areas where you can program lights on this keyboard. The first is the key area that you see now, and it can cycle through a profile on its own or when the keys are pressed as you see now. You also have the underglow light, which is what I tend to use the most when I'm using this keyboard. You can control the lights on this keyboard with either the software from the company or through key combinations to cycle through the default profiles. The first key combination will turn on the key area lighting, and these are the lights that are under the keycaps. With this on, you'll still be able to see the effects of the keys when you type, but I don't really use this one. You can cycle through the profiles with another key combination, and these are going to be the profiles that are available to you if you don't use the application. The next combination turns on the underglow, and the profile that is on now is one of the better default ones. The color will slowly circle around the edges at a fixed speed when you're not typing. Here's what that effect looks like with the key area turned on. And now you'll be able to see the underglow transition speed increase as I type. Anyway, that's it for this showcase. If there's something that I left out that you'd like to know, feel free to drop a comment or a question below. I'll leave a link to the Kickstarter for this campaign with more information in the description box below, and I'll catch you here next time with another review. Happy gaming, everyone. Taki out.